Most traders believe effort is the solution to everything. If something isn't working, you work harder. You study more, watch more videos, add more tools, spend more hours staring at charts. That logic works almost everywhere in life. But trading is different, and that difference is where most people get stuck. Trading is one of the few environments where increasing effort can actually reduce performance. Not because learning is bad, but because too much learning creates hesitation, and hesitation is expensive. Think back to when you first started trading. Things felt simple. You had one idea, one setup, one plan. You might not have been profitable, but your mind was clear. Over time, that clarity disappeared. You learned more strategies, more confirmations, more opinions. Now, when price reaches a level, your brain doesn't see opportunity, it sees debate. And the moment trading becomes a debate, execution breaks down. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most traders already know enough to be profitable. They know about trends, risk management, patience, overtrading. The problem isn't missing information. The problem is too many competing ideas fighting for control at the same time. More knowledge didn't sharpen decisions, it delayed them. Learning feels productive. Watching charts all day feels productive. Tweaking strategies feels productive. But productivity and progress are not the same thing in trading. Progress comes from repetition, not constant adjustment. Every time you change your approach, you reset confidence, you reset data, you reset trust. Nothing has time to prove itself. That's not growth, that's movement without direction. Some of the hardest working traders are also the most frustrated. They feel pressure to trade every day, pressure to improve constantly, pressure to justify the time they've invested. That pressure leads to forcing trades, and forced trades are rarely good trades. Another trap is overexposure. The more time you spend watching charts, the more opportunities you think you see. The more you see, the more tempted you are to act. This is how overtrading starts, not from greed, but from trying to be productive. Professional traders often look lazy from the outside. They wait, they observe, they act selectively. Their effort is not visible, but it is focused. Complexity is another silent problem. Many traders believe complex systems are advanced systems. In reality, complexity often hides insecurity. Simple rules are easier to follow. Simple setups are easier to repeat. Simple plans survive pressure. Complexity creates doubt. Doubt creates hesitation. Hesitation creates bad execution. Simplicity isn't ignorance, it's focus. There's a point where learning becomes avoidance. Learning feels safe. Execution feels risky. So some traders stay in study mode to avoid the discomfort of real consistency. Knowledge becomes a shield. But the market doesn't reward preparation alone. It rewards behavior under pressure. Another issue learning creates is identity confusion. One week you're a breakout trader, next week a trend trader, then a reversal trader. When price moves, you don't know which version of yourself should act. That hesitation costs money. Consistent traders choose a narrow lane and stay in it long enough to understand it deeply. Focus builds confidence. Confidence builds decisiveness. Decisiveness builds consistency. There's also a psychological cost to overworking. When you invest massive effort, you expect massive results. When results don't come quickly, frustration builds. Frustration leads to forcing trades. Forcing leads to losses. Losses lead to burnout. Trading doesn't reward intensity, it rewards precision. One patient decision can be worth more than 10 aggressive ones. Here's a question worth asking yourself. Are you learning because it's improving your execution or because slowing down feels uncomfortable? That pause matters, because trading success often comes when you do less, not more. When you remove noise, when you reduce decisions, when you stop trying to master everything. Most profitable traders aren't constantly improving, they're consistently executing. They don't trade more, they trade cleaner. They don't think more, they react less. That's when trading becomes calmer, more stable, more sustainable. There's a paradox in trading. The moment you stop trying so hard is often the moment things start to work. Not dramatically, not overnight, quietly. This is Nam Ghost FX. We don't glorify grinding, we value clarity. Less noise, more control.